Hello, my name is Alex, and these are my colleagues Lena and Rieke. We are certified BodyTalk practitioners. We are here today to tell you about the BodyTalk Cortices tapping technique and show you how to do it on yourself and others. Cortices is one of the most important and powerful BodyTalk techniques. It can be learned by anyone, even children, and it can be performed at any time and as often as you wish. Before we show you how to do it, let's briefly explore what it does and what its benefits are.
The word cortices comes from cortex, the outer layer of the brain. The technique you're going to learn today is all about calming and balancing the brain. But since every part of our body and our mind is somehow connected and reflected in the brain, balancing the brain and improving its communication can also have an impact on every aspect of our health. The health from our body, constantly trying to maintaining or restoring balance, and also our emotional health, since the brain is a central hub when it comes to our emotion. So the cortices tapping really offers a reset to the brain to lower the stress level, to function better, and it's something really helpful knowing that in our life, usually we have so much stresses for our brain and generally for our whole body and mind.
Some of the specific benefits you can expect from the Cortices technique are those related to brain function. Think clarity of thoughts, better attention, easier to learn, and better memory and performance. So the Cortices technique also reduces stress in the brain and in the entire body. So it's actually amazing for relaxation, sleep, and just generally calming the nervous system. So now remember that the brain actually communicates with the entire body. This makes the technique good for general energy and also resilience. It helps the body to heal faster and have a faster recovery time. It supports the immune system, and it also helps with hormonal changes and functions of other organs and body parts.
So now let's see how to do it on yourself. You're going to choose one hand, the one of your choice. And with that hand, we're going to tap on 3 places, what we call the 3 brains, as we want them all involved and working together. The first place will be your head, the head brain. The second will be the heart near the sternum. And the third one, the gut brain near our belly button. We will repeat that sequence of 3 tappings a number of times. And I want you to note that Alex's fingers are spread out when she's tapping on her head. We want this as we want to actually reach and activate the 2 hemispheres of the brain, since they have a different function and play a different role. The pace, the strength of the tapping is really up to you, whatever feels nice and comfortable.
So now let's see what our other hand is doing. We're going to cover the whole surface of our head in 4 to 5 hand positions. This will depend on the size of your hand and also the size of the head. Now we're going to start by putting our hand on the base of our head. This is our first hand position. This is important because we're trying to bridge the 2 hemispheres of the brain. And this is actually one of the central intentions of our Cortices tapping technique. Now we're going to reintroduce the tapping which we learned earlier. So for each hand position, we're going to tap on our 3 brains. So we'll start by tapping on our head brain, our heart brain, and our gut. Once we've completed that, we move on to our next hand position. And that's 1 step up. So our thumb will end up where our pinky used to be. Then we do the 3 tappings again. We tap on our head, our heart, and our gut. Once again, we will move our hand up 1 more position. Here you can see Alex can choose to tap on her hand or in front or behind, whichever feels good to you. While Alex goes through the motions for the next hand position, I'll just introduce the last part of the technique, and that's our breathing. Our breathing is just as important as every other element of this technique, and we encourage you to just take some deep and slow breaths as you do this. To begin with, you might choose to do one full breath as you tap your head, one when you tap your heart, and one when you tap your gut. The breath supports the nervous system, and it also helps to reconnect the body and the mind.
And now to finish our tapping, we still need to cover the sides of the head. So Alex is going to place her hands on both sides with the fingers pointing backwards, and we're going to do the same tapping as usual. The only difference is we don't have a third hand. So what she's going to do is just remove one of her hands to do the tapping on the head. Then briefly connecting back, just so the body imagine that it's still there. And then doing the second tapping on the heart, connecting back, reminding the body. And then the last tapping on the gut brain, finishing with the two hands briefly on both sides of the head. And that completes our cortices tapping.
This is also a technique that we can do on others. For example, children, people who are unable to or are uncomfortable with tapping. Or it could also be something that we do for someone to take care of them and relax. So the sequence will be the same. We're going to place our hand at the back of the head. We're going to ask the person to take some nice breaths and tap the head, the heart, and the gut. Moving on to our next hand position, head, heart, and gut. And here note that you can also tap from the back, as we can access the heart, brain, and the gut brain from here. Now let's quickly fast forward to this position here above the eyebrows. So let's move on now to the last position. We place our hands here at the side of the head and we tap the brain, a quick placement here, the heart, we reconnect here, and then the gut. Now, for this position, we can also go with a little variation by asking the person to place their hands at the side of the head while tapping the three centers in this way.
You can't get too much of cortices, so use it as often as you can, as often as you feel like. Our suggestion after watching that video is to commit to doing it at least once a day for 21 days. And just try to include it in your routine. It could be before bed, if you feel you need to relax. It could be when you wake up to get more focus or energy, or really any time that works for you. Some people like doing it in the shower or just in the car. You can even do it when you wait for the bus if you don't mind people staring at you a little. You can also add it more whenever you need during your day. That could be before a meeting or an exam. We actually did it just before doing that video. You can also use the cortices if you feel a bit sleepy and you need a boost of energy, or if you have trouble falling asleep. As practitioner, we really keep doing it as a daily routine, just like we brush our teeth, we balance our brain. We invite you to do the same if that works for you, but know that it's also and already really beneficial to do it every now and then when you feel the need.
We hope you will have fun experimenting with it, and we trust it will support you on your journey to feeling at your best.